staying on the topic of the Warner Brothers acquisition, in response to Warner Brothers officially rejecting Paramount's latest offer, Netflix has published a new website. The URL of it is NetflixWBTogether.com. NetflixWBTogether.com. And when you go to the page, it says defining the next century of storytelling together. And basically what it is, when you go over and look at it, as we check out here, it's basically running down how great this is going to be. Listen, I got to admit, see an image of Harry Potter and Stranger Things together. That's pretty inviting. That's pretty cool.
Well,
too.
It kind of makes sense too, because what's his name is basically Harry Potter from what we've seen in this new season.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking
about? He's a Horcrux.
Yeah, he's basically a Horcrux.
Oh, you're talking about Mike? No, not Mike. What's the whatever the kid's name is? The nerdy kid.
Will.
That's it. And basically, the new website runs down why this is going to be awesome. Now, remember, this is made from their own perspective. It's clearly biased, but it's interesting that they put this together. So they write the following. They said, let me see if I can increase the size of the text here a bit. It says, as fans of Warner Brothers and their beloved brands, we want to preserve and expand on what makes them special. We're fully committed. Listen to this. We are fully committed to releasing Warner Brothers films in theaters with a traditional window so that audiences everywhere can enjoy them on the big screen. We plan to make sure HBO continues to create the prestige television shows that fans know and love. And with our global reach across 190 countries, we expect that these stories to reach an even larger audience. Because, by the way, as great as HBO Max is, it is not in as nearly many territories as Netflix is. And so if Netflix can help them increase that reach. But again, for me, addressing my biggest concern about Netflix getting Warner Brothers, that I've always said makes Netflix the worst possible option here, in addressing it head on, once again, they double down. But they throw in a couple of new words to change the language. That is, we are fully committed to releasing Warner Brothers films in theaters. This is something they never said. With a traditional window. Again, they are really going further and further and further because, they're going to stop releasing movies in theaters. No, we are. They're not really. No, we are really committed to releasing it in theaters. Okay, they're going to release it in theaters, but they're going to make the release window like a week or two. Now they're coming out and saying, no, we're going to do traditional windows. Now, whether that traditional means 45 days, whatever. So they're doing that. So that's the first big thing that came out to me when looking at this. As we continue to go down, look at that we will have more entertainment at a better value, they say, by combining Warner Brothers' incredible library of shows and movies, from timeless classics like Casablanca, Citizen Kane, to modern favorites like Harry Potter and Friends, and HBO shows like The Sopranos and Game of Thrones, with Netflix's culture-defining titles like Stranger Things, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Squid Games. We'll be able to give fans even more variety and value. Now, one of the big things that everybody gets concerned about when there's ever a merger, because we saw what happened when Netflix or when Disney took over 20th Century, is that it's going to mean less opportunities and less jobs. Well, they say we're going to be creating and protecting jobs. Netflix and Warner Brothers have complementary businesses, which is why we plan, this is key, this is why we plan to continue operating them independently. With the teams, that currently run them. Also, we are growing our long-term investment in original films and series and expanding U.S. production capacity. Over the last 4 years, we have contributed over $125 billion to the U.S. economy and hired more than 140,000 cast and crew members, filming across all 50 states. With Warner Brothers, we'll be able to do even more. Couple of things. One, Netflix plans on letting Warner Brothers continue to act independently. That has been one of the kind of big benchmarks that we've been looking for. It's like, are they really? Listen, Ted Sarandos has come out and said, we have never cared about theatrical because that's not Netflix's model. And it never will be. But now that we're getting into the Warner Brother business, it is Warner Brothers business, and therefore now it's our business. And that's what we're doing. And to highlight that, he's saying, Warner Brothers is going to just be kept completely intact. And here's the other big thing. Go back to the screen here for a second. with the teams that are right now running them. So again, there have been some question and some concern. Hey, listen, DeLuca and Abdi have really turned the studio around. They've given them an amazing 2025. They have to still be there. You know, David Zaslav just gave them an extension contract. Is Netflix going to honor it? Hey, the current teams that are running this thing, DeLuca and Abdi, yeah, we're keeping them. And they're going to run this studio independently. A lot of question marks surrounding James Gunn and Peter Safran. Well, they're not questions anymore. The current teams running them, that's James Gunn and Peter Safran. They are going to stay, as long as they choose to stay, I suppose. They're going to stay and continue running it. This is what we're doing. So, Rob, a couple of big things in this. Netflix WB Together. Some things they're doubling down on, some things they're introducing for the first time. Doubling down on, hey, we're going to do as much, if not more production than we've ever done. And we're going to increase our US production, which has been a big concern lately. They say WB is going to be operating independently. Obviously still under the ownership of Netflix. Completely understand that, but they're going to continue doing Warner Brothers business. They had doubled down on the theatrical stuff, saying it's going to get a traditional window now. They are, introducing the idea of the independence, of course, but then also doubling down on, hey, the current people that are running it, they will continue to be there and running it. As somebody who has said multiple times that I believe that Netflix getting Warner Brothers was the absolute worst possible case scenario for Warner Brothers, I have to say that my position continues to soften. The more and more stuff that they're saying, and again, they're backing this stuff up by showing that this makes business sense for them to do this. They're not just saying it to say it, it actually makes business sense.
Absolutely it does.
So I gotta say, look, my number one best outcome of this is still Warner Brothers just staying Warner Brothers and not selling at all. I think you and I both agree on that. But I do have to say that very strong position I had about Netflix is the worst possible case scenario. If what they're setting out to do is to change minds like mine, they're doing a pretty good job. Again, like I said, I'm not yay, Netflix, get Warner Brothers, but I gotta say I don't feel nearly as bad about it, right? Let me say it this way. I feel more hopeful about it now than I did before. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Aura. Guys, if you are anything like me, you swear every year you're going to be on top of your Christmas shopping, and then suddenly it's December 20th, the shelves are empty, and you're standing around in Target asking yourself, does my aunt even like candles? But this year, I am not doing that because of Aura frames. It's completely saved me. See, I always struggled with what to get people in my life, but this year I'm going to give out a couple of Aura frames, and it's hands down the most personal, meaningful gift that I can possibly give. And here's the best part. Aura lets you upload unlimited photos and videos. Plus, the frame comes in a premium gift box with no price tag, so it feels like a classy, well thought out gift, even if you bought it last minute. Guys, you can't gift wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code CAMPEA at the checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Campea. This deal is exclusive to our listeners and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in on time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning that we sent you at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. So anyway, Rob, you saw this Netflix WB Together sort of website. You read through it. What are the things that are standing out to you?
Look, the things that you brought up, I mean, it seems to me like they're making a commitment to the studio, unlike the last, look, AT&T, they didn't know what they were doing. It is smart. It looks like it's a really smart acquisition for Netflix. By the way, if Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca do deliver One Battle After Another as Best Picture this year, which is a distinct possibility, wouldn't that make that Netflix's first Best Picture winning movie?
Well, Netflix won't own it until next year.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they could at least Ted Sarandos could be like, see, yeah, we got the right team in place. So I think that, look, it sounds great. I always have a wait and see attitude. You know, let's see what's going to happen, because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And a lot of people at Warner Brothers are shell shocked for this this will be the third merger in almost, 6 years? So it's I understand, but it looks like they're in the. I would say, John, they are definitely in the right direction. I hope there's no icebergs out there in the North Atlantic as they sail across the pond of movies and life and all that. But hopefully it's great. There is one thing I would like, though.
What's that?
And I pointed it out to you. They must put the Warner Brothers logo before the Netflix logo, because every time I see those two logos together, I see the word no. N-O. The Warner Brothers shield is the O. The Netflix is the N. Why don't they just reverse them?
You know what? It's on.
I'll bet you this.
It's on. It's on. That's why it should, instead of no, it's
And
on.
that's their slogan.
I bet they don't put the Netflix logo on any of it.
Yeah, probably.
I'm
But I
willing
mean,
to
just
bet they
now when
won't.
they keep showing the logos.
Oh, I see. When they show it,
No,
yeah,
I
'cause
don't
the
mean-
shield looks like an O.
Yeah, because I mean, right now in all this publicity, I don't know what their logo is going to look like.
Yeah,
It's probably
bring this up. Bring this up, Jonathan. On my
No.
And
N-O.
You're right.
I see no.
You're right. I
And you know what?
100%
If they
see
put
it
it
now.
the other way, like you just pointed
It's
out,
on, baby.
It's on, baby. This no has got to go. Put the Warner Brothers first.
This no has got to go.
It's on.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Have you moseyed on over to your new favorite website, NetflixWBTogether.com? Apes Together Strong? I don't know. Have you had a chance to see it? What do you think about the stuff that they're saying?
That's a 20th Century Studios reference you
It
just
is.
made.
Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.